Upon arrival, the paddlers begin serious rehearsals which continue until a day before the ceremony. The purpose of these rehearsals is to prepare the paddlers and select those who will actually paddle the nalikwanda. Verbal instructions are first given to the paddlers. After a dress rehearsal of paddling the nalikwanda, capable paddlers are then selected. Others are assigned to smaller boats that accompany the nalikwanda on its journey to Limulunga. The final countdown towards the Kuomboka ceremony has now started, and the boats are hastily being covered with waterproof plastic sheets and reed mats. Water is removed from the boats and all leaks are sealed with tar to make the boats waterproof. The recent addition to the Kuomboka is the regatta in traditional style. The Litunga of the Lozi people flags off the regatta. The regatta is a fun and good-hearted competition using traditional canoes. Women are also encouraged to show their paddling skills in the regatta. On the Mungu side of town, spectators at Mulamba Harbour eagerly await the regatta. Upon arrival at Mulamba Harbour, deserving paddlers are presented with their respective awards. Back in Lealui, it is now the race against time to ensure that all those final touches to the nalikwanda and other boats are in place. The interior floors of the boats are decorated with reed mats. The canopies of the boats are covered with white calico cloth. The paddles that will be used during the voyage are decorated by wrapping them in bark strips and then placing them in the fire. D-Day has come. On the day of the Kuomboka ceremony, before sunrise, an image of a huge elephant is placed on top of the nalikwanda. The elephant is a symbol of the immense authority of the Litunga. Another image, that of the crested crane, is placed on top of the Mbolyanga, a boat used by Imwambo, the Litunga's wife. The crested crane also symbolizes the authority of the Litunga's wife. Paddlers get up early in the morning to prepare themselves for the expedition. First, the paddlers must eat a very good meal and then dress up in the different traditional gear of a royal paddler. The traditional dress is made of various types of animal skins known to the local people as lipatelo. These are tied around the waist. The paddlers also place part of a lion mane called mushukwe on the forehead. The colorful red beret called lishushu is also worn. The Lozi traditional kilt called siziba is worn by Lozi men and is the official dress for the paddlers. Those paddling the Notila wear ostrich feathers on their forehead instead of lion mane. The paddlers are given a final briefing. The luggage to be carried in the boats is then taken and loaded in single file originating from the Litunga's palace. The Maoma drums are rolled and loaded onto the nalikwanda. containers full of ilia, the traditional lozi porridge made of mealie meal and sugar, are also carried and loaded onto the boats. This traditional food, ilia, is to be eaten by paddlers during the voyage to Limolonga. Before the Nalikwanda and all the other boats set sail, various spectators and visitors arrive at Lialui. The visitors to Lialui include invited guests, diplomats accredited to Zambia, and tourists from within and outside Zambia. This year's Kuomboka ceremony is graced by a special guest of honor, the Republican President, His Excellency Levi Patrick Mwanawasa. The Republican President is received by the acting Ngambela, Imbua Imwaka. The Ngambela, who is the Litunga's Prime Minister, leads the President to the Kuta. The Kuta is a traditional arena where people normally meet to discuss matters of interest and sometimes solve disputes. The Litunga is now ready to leave. The Mwenduko, a traditional drum, is sounded to signify that no matter what happens, the Litunga will leave Lialui today. In other ways, a point of no return. The traditional praise singers bid farewell to the Litunga and his guests. These traditional praise songs and poems are known in Silozi as maloko. The Litunga, accompanied by his guest, now leave the palace for Lialui Harbour. The Ngambela, on behalf of the Litunga, bids farewell to the people who will remain in Lialui and urges them to take care of the palace. As the Litunga enters the Nalikwanda, a cry of an eagle is heard, which is a sign acknowledging the mightiness of the Litunga. This cry of an eagle is actually a human voice, though it is difficult to tell the difference. Now the Litunga is in the Nalikwanda and about to set sail. But before he sets off, the paddlers put up a show for the benefit of their guests and audience. They need to show off their paddling skills. On the Nalikwanda, other paddlers in festive mood perform various dances. The excitement of the people as the Nalikwanda sets sail is almost palpable. Cameramen and tourists are not to be left out as they prepare to get various shots of the Nalikwanda. As the Nalikwanda sets off from the harbour, various traditional canoes that include those of tourists and diplomats, some with their national flags, head towards Nengwana, a water arena where another flotilla of official canoes is waiting to accompany the Nalikwanda to Limulunga's summer capital.
Wow. can sit here. But today I want to see. Oh, this one. We are here because of this people around here. Yes. Why can't you sit yourself? I can sit here. But today I want to see.